before I lose my mood, because I'll be honest, that's why I haven't been on here, as I've been in a mood. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I've just been really, really busy, really, really tired and anxious, and what's the other word I'm looking for? I don't want to use the word irritable. I don't know. I had another word for it. I'm sure I'll think of it in a minute, but it's been a while since I've done a update on the plants, so I thought I'd take you around to show you. And now some of these plants are edible, some are not, but the ones that aren't edible, I like them. They were either given to me or something my grandparents had that I enjoy, or my mom gave me, or something that came from somewhere that I had had since it was a little thing, you know, with a leaf that's now like huge. So those kind of plants, happiness. They also filter out viruses from your home, and they also give off oxygen. Okay, so they clean the air, people. I'd start with, let's see, got one in the truck. This is a dark, deep purple. So there's that violet there, and I do have some leaves that I do need to clip. We also have orchids coming up. Yep, little orchids. More violets. And they're blooming. They're happy. And we have the infamous spider plants. Yep. These spider plants. Gotta love those. When I take clippings, hi fish, they need to eat. So when I take clippings, what I do with the philodendron is I dip them into the, I have a peacock feather here from this crazy thing. So I just dip them in, and then this takes out the nitrates. Sometimes in the morning I'll come out here and it'll be dripping. This leaf will have like, it's really healthy, but it'll have like a little drip coming off. My other ones do that too. So we should probably feed these guys real quick. Well, Danny's in Daddy's chair. What you doing? Well, hi. Hi, Riri. Are you a good girl? No, she knows she's not. Are you a good girl? Yeah, there goes her tail. Are you a good girl? Her tail will go every time I call her a good girl, but she knows she's been kind of cranky and naughty lately. So her tail's not going like this like it normally does. It just goes boink. So I showed you guys how I replanted these two poinsettias. They're doing well. I do have some leaves that I have to take off. But other than that, they're doing good. More plants that I do. Yeah. There's a painting that I did. Okay, back to the other plants. All right, so you guys want to see what we can eat, right? All right, so these are the jubilees. Looking good. Getting some true leaves. The other jubilees. I heard something weird. The cucumber, these are the crazy eights, also getting their true leaves. These are the Roma. I still need to get these in their own pots. More Roma, more cucumber. Those are all cucumbers. Those are, let's see what we got back here. These are the beefsteaks. Right here. Also getting some of their true leaves. So we have Roma beefsteak, Jubilee. I thought We had one more. Roma beefsteak, Jubilee. Oh, the pink ox hearts. Yep. So that's what they're looking like. So that's a pink ox heart. And where's the other pink ox heart? Roma, beefsteak, Jubilee. Oh, the other pink ox heart is right here. Yep. So this is the mustard. If I can get this to focus. And the sage, and the thyme, and the chives are up, Lewis. And the oregano, basil, and the cilantro, which don't look the greatest at all, actually. And neither does the dill, in my opinion. Parsley's looking good. And this is the spring salad mix. Yeah. So that's coming along well as well. Yeah. But the dill and the cilantro, in my opinion, look like garbage. Yep. So we'll see. Alright, so that's the update. I just turned this one so it'll go back towards the light. Probably gonna do these two. This guy is just going crazy and it's so ready to go outside, but outside is not ready for it yet. More little needless plants that you cannot eat. But they're making babies, people. Jade tree, I just had to replant. And it had a bunch of, and still kind of does, needs to be wiped off. It had a bunch of little white dots all over it. So I replanted this and used the diatomaceous earth in the hole, put in all new soil, plus I kept some of the old. I think it had too many salts in it, maybe. So that's what Bushcraft and AJ and Trust in God were saying. So we'll see how she goes. But this is a jade tree that came from a 150 some odd year old jade tree that passed away on me. And this is what I have left from it. I actually only had a little leaf, and from that leaf grew this in the past like 10 years. So yeah. This one's the aloe. Outside, I still have a bunch of dirt sitting outside the door. But that's the aloe. This is an old plant that my daughter gave me from her mother-in-law that had passed because, well, it's toxic to puppies, dogs, people. On the low end of the spectrum, it's poisonous to people. It's a purple shamrock, and it's got new growth since it's been here, but it was not looking good when she brought it here. So I had to cut a lot of these off, but it's doing well because it's regrowing. So we will see how that goes. A leprechaun threw up in this window. Over there it needs another, this is my bamboo. Over here, this needs another haircut. Those are the chives. I just put this in this window today because they were looking a little yellow, and that means they weren't getting enough sun or too much water. The black sedum, or black Simpson, sorry, lettuce, and the spearmint, and This is Bushcrafty the elf. He's a little dude who, you know, he's very wise, and he keeps everything in check. Make sure the puckwudgies don't get in, and the moss is doing well. So it's starting to actually root into the dirt. And a Christmas cactus that needs to go outdoors. That way I can get all these windowsills picked up. But anyway, yeah. So we're looking good. Sorry I haven't done an update in a while. I actually, honestly, with some of the comments, thought maybe people were getting kind of bored of watching all the plant growth. I, for one, get kind of excited watching everything grow. I saved this one for last. This is a contraption that I made. Now, I cut my iceberg lettuce, and I cut it all up, chopped it all up. But what I did is I left that much at the bottom where the stump is, and I put it in water for like, I don't know, a few days. And then what I did is I took a Kool-Aid, well, high C Hawaiian punch container, and cut it almost in half. And this side, this part's bigger, and I filled it with water, put in a paper towel, stuck it up through the hole of the top of the container upside down, filled it with dirt, and it bottom feeds. And this thing has done that in a week. So what I did is I took this container, okay, and I cut it on this line. So you have that much of the bottom, and you put that much water in. You take this part right here, okay? You flip this after you cut it. This will go upside down. So then it holds. See? That holds your dirt. So I put the paper towel in there so that way the dirt doesn't fall in. But then I also put a good amount of paper towel so it works as a wick. So it's wicking in up through the bottom, the water. And that lettuce is looking really good. I did throw in some bone meal in with it when I planted it. And down here we have the same thing. I cut celery yesterday, and what I did is I took the whole celery. We'll check on this in a few days. Might take a week, but usually it only takes a few days. This is wet, 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 and we're gonna grow some more celery. So yeah, I've been pretty much just kind of overall just frustrated lately. Overwhelmed is the word I was looking for earlier. I've been overall overwhelmed, which has made me irritable and anxious. And it's not anyone in my family's like fault or problem or nothing like that's going on. It's me. It's just me. I was in this huge driven mood to like get this done, get that done, organize this, get plants done. And I think what happened is I was exhausting myself from just throwing myself all into that, okay? And when I get that way, sometimes I didn't want to come on here, and I don't want to be on a lot of lives because I might get kind of snappy, and no one deserves that. So I just took a step back for a little while because I didn't want to be snappy, because I don't have any reason to be snappy. Y'all don't deserve anyone snapping at you, and I don't know if I would. I don't think I would, but it was that slight chance that because I was feeling the way I was feeling, that I might get snappy. And I wanted to keep that contained before I come back on here and did anything. So I think I need more time. And I respect everyone who's feeling like, hey, what's up? Where'd you go? You know, I've gotten a lot of comments and unneeded emails asking, what am I doing for prepping? You know, I disappear and y'all want to know what I'm doing? Well, I'm trying to get my mind together and organize my life for my family right now. And I'm trying to do that first before I come back on here and do things for everyone else. You know what I mean? I'm hoping some of the ideas me taking you around some of our home today helped. It's still cold here, and I think that's another reason I'm in a mood, is because there's no sunshine. So I have to make my own, which is why I've been playing in the dirt in the house, whether it be a plant that I find brings charm or beauty to our home, or whether it be to eat. But I haven't even gotten the dirt yet, because the salters don't come off these trucks until April something. So I still have a long ways to wait still. And I do have to say, there was things that happened months ago that still hurt my heart. And I'm still kind of dealing with that chaos in my heart and in my mind and in my soul. So there's the honesty of it. I'm just still having a hard time with that, because it was rude and uncalled for. And I'm still personally trying to move on from that, even though I do, but then something happens or somebody comes to me and says, and I don't care. Don't email me about it. Don't talk to me about it. Don't. So I don't care. I don't care. So that's pretty much the update. That's pretty much where I'm at and how I feel. I'm only human, and I'm only one person. And I've been crushed before, and that's kind of how that feels, is when it's not, you can pick yourself up and dust yourself off, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer to kind of, for the heart. Yep. So, yeah. So I have a lot of projects going on, and I'm going to be building some more stuff. We'll see how it goes, This crazy plant here, I got a tickle in my throat, is growing on the wall. So what I do is I spray the wall down, and then the roots, I'll turn this around so you can see. The roots actually start growing on the wall. Now this won't be going into the wood. This is it's like a tin board. It's different. So it's not, the wall is a bunch of spots, because like I said, I actually spray the wall. So you want to take off any yellow leaves that you have. So I'm training it right now. It has started to stick because it's not on the tack anymore. So the tack can actually come down. But isn't that cool how all those little roots come out? And, the garlic is growing again. So I'll peel this and I'll be planting that. So lots of fun things happening, guys. So I'm just trying to stay positive with all the stuff going on about war and this and that and the other thing. It's honestly not something I really want to talk about. I'm talking about it, but I'm talking about it with my family, and I'm kind of keeping my thoughts to myself. Okay, so the reason I'm doing so much inside is because, like, I want to get outside when the weather gets better. Like that back wall and that window that we replaced all needs to get washed. We also have to replace some vinyl siding up above the window where we had a smaller window go in. And I broke down a fish tank, and it's sitting on top of the pool table, which I just had cleared off full of fishing junk and put it into the truck. So, yeah, there's that. So I have this whole back patio to do still, but it's damp and it's cold, and my bones just can't take it anymore. The birds are up there laughing. So I like it when people reach out to me asking me where I am because they're concerned. It's the ones that attack me about, well, I thought you were a prepper channel and I haven't seen much prepping on it. Well, when I first started my channel, it was Lake Fairy Prepper. And then months ago, everyone started attacking her and picking her apart, and I didn't talk about it because, oh, she's all drama, you know, and so I'm still filtering through those feelings. And yeah, I'm a human being, so yeah, I have feelings. Imagine that. So we do live under a bunch of trees that are absolutely ridiculous. And we live at the foot of a mountain here in the Adirondacks. But we do have neighbors, so it's not like I live out in the middle of nowhere, like people were trying to say that I was trying to allude to. When I say we live in a bunch of trees, we live in a bunch of trees. That was the back patio. This is one of those really big trees. And then also there's trees growing into our woodshed. This is the back of a woodshed that's connected to our garage. So this is the wall of the garage, and this is the back of our woodshed. That's our wood, and it goes all the way to the front. And the tree is right here. So, yeah. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about a bunch of trees. And then here we have the garage. With a bunch of trees. We actually had those gutters put in. I have things around here I don't want to be showing, so we have the garage, and there's a mound up there that you have to get a ladder to get on top of the garage, and then this is the other part of that woodshed. So this was a fence panel when the squirrels got up and tumbled down our wood. And this is what my husband and I come up with. It's cold. So my hands, I don't want to. So right now we've gone through this whole big pallet full of wood. That was all up to the ceiling. We went through all that this winter. And we went through this down here. That was 2 big stacks. Big stack there all the way up. Another big stack in the front all the way up on both sides. And then we leave this here in the middle to go. And then that's the rest of the wood there. And that's the one kayak and the other kayaks in the back. And then, of course, there's the good old, you know, pine cone picker-upper. I like to call it the Dr. Seuss machine. So, yeah. There's just a lot going on. So that's pretty much where I'm at with things. Working on some emotions and, you know, just doing the things. So fish are still doing good. No grass yet, but we've got lots and lots of moss going on, but no grass yet. These finally, I think, got snapped, but they were doing good all winter, so I don't know if these pansies will be coming back or not, but I'll probably leave them out somewhere to see if they do come back. Squatch butt. I appreciate everyone who stayed with me and who knows me good enough where you know my heart. Yeah, we still have all of this that fell that I have to take care of. We have some broken chairs from when the limbs fell. Happens. But this thing that I made a video on, with all the winds and rain and everything, stayed up pretty well, so I'm pretty pleased with that and excited about planting something in it. A lot of you have given me a lot of really good ideas. So, yeah. It is really, really cold. I don't remember what this even is. Huh. Well, it's budded, whatever it is. I don't remember. So this walk that Bigfoot and I did, going out from the house to the driveway, I was thinking about doing that out back as well. So some more limbs. So out here, I thought of moving that a few feet over that way, the fire pit. But what I wanted to do is go back out here. I kind of raked where I want to do this. So out here, I wanted to do a pathway of that walk up here going to the garden. So we have all this junk to take care of and that collapsed pool, which I'll probably still make a pond out of. So going to the raised beds, and then right where that pool is coming back this way, well, Bigfoot mentioned he wants all that garden, all of it, the whole thing. Yeah. So, plus the raised beds. This will be the waterfall garden, where the dirt will be really, really high in the back, and then it'll be, you know, just a little bit of dirt down here to let you guys know from last year how much dirt we lost through the hugelkultur going down. That's everything that has either been thrown into or fallen into the raised beds. But the dirt was way up here. This is settled over winter all the way down. So the dirt was here, and then this settled. That's over a foot. So this all needs refilled in. This is where I had the peas last year. Those were the peppers. So yeah, this is where the cucumbers were, and the zucchini, and more zucchini and squash. And yes, I threw my cardboard in there too. So yeah, I also want to do pathways through here, and out there is probably where I'll do some mulching. But this bed, look how that went down over a foot as well. Like that, this is where we had our beans, broccoli. Oh yeah, cabbage was in that one too. This is where the tomatoes were. And this is where the potatoes were. So, yeah. And all this needs cleaned out. Yep. So, this would be the back. That's an old thing that we had thrown out here, and I just need to take care of it. All of this needs cleaned out. This would be the back of the start of the waterfall garden going down that way. So up here will be mounded dirt for taller plants, and then as you go down and outward, things would get lower and lower. So that's the goal. I also thought about putting our tomato plants this year in buckets instead of the bed. We'll see. I've been also throwing ash out here all winter, and I put a bunch in the raised beds as well. But we have a lot of picking up to do. I haven't even started to rake out here, which there's the rake. I left that up by the tree, but apparently it fell down. This, I'm gonna probably plant. Yeah, I'm gonna plant. I'm gonna dig a hole and put this in the ground. There's our good old swing. Even our chairs blew everywhere. So, all this needs to get picked up. Yep. It's, a wreck. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, me coming back and kind of chit-chatting, and I hope no one gets upset or angry or pissed off at me for telling you how I feel. I need to talk too sometimes, you know? I need to talk too. So, let's go out here for a second. There's those crows. So when we had our, again, more trees. When we had our driveway done by a friend of ours, Tyler, he threw a lot of the dirt. These are some trees that we still have out front. He threw a lot of our stuff from the driveway into the yard. So we have spots that are all the gravel from, these are branches that have fallen. And, but yeah, all this gravel in our yard that came from our driveway. Yeah, so that'll be another thing that I have to do, is I need to continue to pick up this yard. Another thing I've been doing is I've been watching a lot of videos about planting and just kind of watching some funny things too, you know. So these are those pears that I had done. I even put one out by the mailbox. Well, anyways, this pathway here is kind of what I want going through the garden out back. But mixing concrete, it's a lot of work. Anyone who's ever done it knows it's a lot of work. But it pays off and it's worth it in the end. And in my opinion, stone in your driveway and this kind of stuff is better than for the environment than putting in a bunch of like tar or paved driveways. That's just my opinion. But anyway, spring cleanup, people. Spring cleanup. It's going to be a lot of work. But we can do it.